Stacey King Gordon vividly remarked, "Burnout is the car crash you don't see coming." Do you love to work hard? I do. And why not? It feels good to get things done, to make things happen, to be at the heart of the action. I spent my 20s saying yes to everything that came my way, then challenging myself to get it all done. I'd chug coffee with dinner, check emails late, wake up in the middle of the night and jot ideas down. And even when I could barely keep my eyes open, I'd tell myself that this was what productivity was about. And if it felt like too much, maybe I wasn't cut out for this. Then I hit a wall. I became negative, short-tempered, and had no energy to do the things I enjoyed anymore. Many adults I'd known as a young man were tired, deflated, and cynical. The fool I am, I mistook this feeling as a symptom of growing up. It was only when my health and happiness reached such a low point, I was forced to reevaluate my relationship with working hard and accept I'd burnt out, and so began a journey into understanding the causes and a personal mission to still be productive, but without being miserable. Learning how to avoid burnout at work became crucial for me. Here's what I've learned. Let's start by defining what it isn't. Burnout doesn't mean you're a bit tired or a bit grumpy. The World Health Organization, WHO, defines burnout as an occupational phenomenon that presents as low energy, cynicism, and a lack of efficacy. It's a legitimate psychological disorder, and it's one we're only just starting to understand as we craft a society that places more and more demand on people's mental health. What causes it? To each their own, but common culprits include a lack of support, being overworked, an absence of control, feeling underappreciated. And even if you know what to look for, sometimes they creep anyway, popping in the back door and sitting themselves next to us on the sofa without us realizing. By the time we notice, things are bad. Your mood gets low, your energy plummets, and your worldview heads south. Left long enough, it can even change your brain's chemistry. For most, it's not this severe, but outlook and personality changes from burnout sometimes happen very quickly. So it's important to act fast when you do notice it in yourself or others. Knowing how to avoid burnout at work can help prevent reaching this point. Burnout can manifest in different ways and with different intensity, depending on you, your environment, and your tolerance for stress and uncertainty. But here are the common signs to look out for. More than tiredness, it's a lack of energy, enthusiasm, and motivation. Everything takes longer to complete. You're tired all the time and want to constantly sleep. When you try to focus, your eyelids get heavy. Everything feels like jogging with cement boots in a swamp of molasses. You've no patience for coworkers and customers. Things that are an expected part of the job become burdens. You've got thin skin and a short fuse. Anything has the potential to push you over the edge. And every time this happens, you burn more bridges and limit more options. Sometimes you feel lonely, or that nobody can or wants to support you. Perhaps they just don't get how bad things are for you, manifesting in feelings of guilt or estrangement. Or perhaps shame that you're struggling and they're not. These could bubble to the surface as resentment. You may start to distance yourself, stop making small talk, or showing an interest. This makes it a self-fulfilling prophecy, as now you are isolated. You feel incompetent, or that your work lacks value, which makes you feel like you lack value. You shy away from taking on responsibilities, for fear of messing up or looking bad. As a result, your exposure to potential wins is limited, exacerbating the problem. Anything you do try is done in a throttled state, holding yourself back and lacking the sure-footed confidence that it makes success easier. You don't like the company. You're critical of everyone's ideas. Even when solutions are presented, you're too busy talking about why it won't work. You might claim you're a realist, but the truth is, you're a cold cynic. Because if you're so cynical you're not trying hard or don't see the point, you'll get limited results. Even though burnout can have long-term effects on you, studies show it's reversible. Start by looking at what the largest contributors are and taking any possible steps to distance yourself from them. Be it people, work, or environment, you might be unable to completely cut them out, but you can likely limit or at least manage your exposure. Then fill some of the saved time with other more nourishing and enriching activities. This is a critical step in learning how to avoid burnout at work. Also, shift your focus from what's out of your control and harming you to the things in your control. Seek out helpful and rewarding interpersonal interactions. This could be as simple as making more time to see friends, or finding new groups around activities that offer you an outlet. My personal experience was joining a football team and starting a reading club. Both gave me a great outlet for things I enjoy, exposing me to loads of new interesting people while asking for only a minimal commitment. Read minimal extra stress. Take care of your health. You don't need to transform into David Goggins unless you want to. Just prioritize sleep, eat a bit better, and avoid relying on things like caffeine and sugar. Start with small steps. Replace the sausage roll and donuts for breakfast with some fruit and oats. And drink more water. And as with anything, prevention is the best cure. Find ways to blow off steam. Occupy yourself with things that absorb your attention. And cultivate spaces in your life that are disconnected from work or other stress. Practicing how to avoid burnout at work by engaging in hobbies can be highly beneficial. Yale psychiatry professor Mark Rigo suggests doing hands-on activities such as arts and cooking and indulging the senses, especially in nature. He also recommends quieting the mind, whether through sports, long walks, or yoga. Whatever tickles your fancy, indulge it. Burnout is an extreme response. It doesn't happen overnight. So with a keen eye and a pinch of self-care, we can still work hard without pushing ourselves too far. Be mindful of the causes. Listen to your body. Take steps to construct a life that supports not only your goals, but your mental health and happiness. You deserve to be happy. Life is so rich. Have you or someone you know had burnout before? How did you handle it or help them? Let me know in the comments. And yes, don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed this video.